уважаемые, сегодня я собираюсь прям пойти по побочкам. Я потерял побочки, помогите. Вот. Начнем, пожалуй, с их побочки, наверное. Да? Да. Гоняем сейчас сюда. Вообще нам на улицу, по сути. Пойдемте здесь. Ух ты.
Is this supposed to be an hospital? A pigsty would smell better.
Да пошел ты клей. Ну тебя убьем. Ладно. Показал? Нам не сюда.
Shut it in! Step away! It's too strong! Oh my God!
Хорошо получилось, понравилось. Мне прям хорошо. Мне прям понравилось. Вы, мужики. Вот, 12 здесь. Пойдем попробуем.
Elite! See them fancy clothes? This one's a top! No!
Вот так это делается. Мне прям приятно, мне прям нравится. Мне прям хорошо учиться. Я хочу разобраться в боевке. Очень хочу. Нам куда? Мир, остановись. Нет. Господи, Катя, пожалуйста. Иди сюда. Ах ты мразюка. Что вот это ты чё, белая тварь? Как это вообще назвать? Думаю, стоит погулять тут по райончику. Вот это правда. Большим удовольствием погоняла меня. Там, по-моему, ничего делать не нужно. Зачистили место у них, так он...
This is Braille. I need someone who can read this.
You won't get me here! Get out! Get away from me, you bastard! Come on! And I will... You were a wet boot dust business!
Я пошла в убежище. Я ж хотела. Сначала в убежище, как в этом мире вообще посреди жизни? Я 16 уровень не справлюсь. Может, лучше позволить тебе умереть, но я не справлюсь, серьезно. Я сохраню. Может, мы не спасем старика? Он уже помер. Просто... Я не могла вот так просто. Грустно, ничего не поделаешь.
Pleasure.
Мне бы... Жизнь...
Sir. Been a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
Давай поболтаем.
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, miss.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt
Ну
or
да.
worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
ты была?
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
Простите, ребят. Прощение такое бывает. Я проживу.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That
Ай-яй-яй.
is a new
Нельзя
low.
мародерствовать.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Ладно.
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife and his name means something round here.
You never paid him a visit at the Pembroke Hospital, did you?
And I don't intend to. In Clay's case, I'm not against a medical mistake or a little help from the Spanish flu.
Конечно, нет.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
Кровь за кровь?
What happened exactly?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that.
Yes, Doctor.
Мы это
Just
тоже
like
решаем.
that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
Стерва. Давай поторгуемся.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Обычно пока женщина. Это, конечно, нам далеко не по заданию.
I must look a fool. Heartens me to know you can't see me, my sweet queen. Perhaps we should have listened to what the idiot had to say first.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Веселый мужик.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The wet boot boys work for me.
Ну да.
All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
Я его сожру. Ну как сейчас он? Или нет?
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Весело. прям нравится.
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really, one of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
Don't you see it's an endless spiral? One day, it will be you who will be stabbed, or shot, or worse.
That's what my sweet Edwina always says, that one day I'll get it too. But she says it with the most beautiful smile, my Edwina.
Понятно.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Слушай, я сейчас тут никого лечить не буду, на самом деле. Мне по отсюда уйти. Его отщепало. Надо как-то немножко не возьму. Я сейчас пойду в отщепу. Помните это место, да? Я слышу, какое оно снаружи. Я бы не рискнула. Я бы не рискнула, серьезно. Точная идея. Можно будет как-нибудь получить, да? Отдохни. Блин, спасти. Сейчас обидно. Время будет просто. всегда в этой игре, чё? В игре всегда грустно. Монстр будут? Милая мама, что бы ни случилось со мной, помни, я тебя люблю. Я знаю, ты не всегда одобряла мои поступки, но меняться я не собираюсь. Я родился и вырос в этой части города, и мне не нравится, что происходит с родным кварталом и со знакомыми людьми. Недавно я сделал важный выбор. Я решил начать борьбу с тиранией. Эти сатрапы точно будут мне мстить, но я готов ко всему. Благодаря тебе я всегда любил читать. И теперь, когда я собираюсь перейти к действиям, то могу лишь процитировать Этьена де ла Боэса. Они кажутся нам высокими лишь потому, что мы стоим на коленях. Мама, я больше не хочу стоять на коленях. Не собираюсь встать во весь рост. Бойся меня. До свидания, любимая мамочка. Чек.
There is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case. Jack Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his family.
Грустно. Ну да ладно, если какие-то часы. Какой-то сюнгу. Люблю, когда могли спасти школу мужику, но они этого не сделали. Короче, в эту игру нельзя. Тут надо сразу всех. Где я? Мир. Сжалься. Так вот просто было.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
I'll leave you then. Good night.
Пожалуйста, мир, верни мне управление. Что постоянно происходит?
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
Мы с ним говорили.
And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am, Doc.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly, so joyful.
No reason at all to rejoice, then? Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. A bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. And now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is. I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly.
Why are you so cynical?
Cynicism is the polite way to express despair, Doctor.
Is there any...
How dare...
No...
Let me tell...
Another time, perhaps. I'm not sure I want to hear another sad story. Goodbye, Mr. Delaney. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too, I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her, for sure.
What is bothering you, then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to see her like that.
Да пшёл ты.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Times like these are good drinks.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
Какие мы любезные.
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
If you're uncertain about your safety here, the docks might not be the right place for you.
I got responsibilities. And it's not like I got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colourful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Ну, логично, молодец.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
What can you tell me?
People don't...
You look...
This is a bad...
If you're
I got
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name?
То нет,
Or my
ничего.
complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the colour of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
Sabrina, tell me about your true feelings for your boss.
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it neither.
Who's mocking you?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Does Tom love you?
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further. It's not because I'm younger, or because of the colour of my skin. He hates jokes about us.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Слушайте, а давайте мы ее
You still work?
Do you require...
I'm fine, sir.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Джон, пожалуйста.
You know, it would be nice to see each other outside the pub sometime.
This situation won't last forever. After, we'll have plenty of time to plan the future.
Я в первый раз сюда не заходила. Не туда ползу. Нет, пожалуйста. Давайте я поисследовала эту местность.
Foolish girl and her pretty principles. She's got no idea who she's dealing with.
Ясно? Давай мы с тобой пообщаемся.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these
Да, норм
things.
всё.
I'm not that easily shocked, Miss Cox. You can speak freely about your lover if you so wish.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good. And that's a first.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
Миленько.
Goodbye, Miss Cox. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Лаконичный, да?
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
No. Hate them all. Especially these...
Понятно.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. It's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just wanted to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Офигенно. Собственно говоря, пошли. Тут мы были. Здесь, в принципе, тоже было делать нечего. Я тут осмотрелась, побегала.
Stupid beast! Ah! Fuck! He's dead!
Где? Пембургская. А пойдем.
He's mine! Christ! He's dead!
Нужно ничего собрать, что ли?
Don't come closer. Die, vermin! It ain't you! Murdering bastard!
Ясно, ты. Я понял. Чё, дурак? Закрыть. Ну-ка, снова смешно.
It's locked.
Let's go. Да ладно. Ну что, зайдем в больницу? Лицо. Да, пошли в больницу, наверное. И чё? Чего? Забыл попробовать больницу. Позор мне. Это ведь не морг? Зачем ты что это морг? Я не хочу в морг. Мне страшно. Тут по-любому есть твари, да? Давайте уж серия получится окончательно беременной. Нет, не пойду сюда. Не хочу. Мне страшно. Мне тут не нравится. Можно меня отпустить? Спасибо, Жо. Я опять, да? Тьфу, блин. Можно меня выпустить? Люблю идти туда, куда не надо. Вампир. Спасибо, Гэй. Что мне в больницу? Что, понятно? Прекрасно. Сразу меня ко мне. Чуть-чуть. Короче, не надо никакого рази. Так, можем? Если вот ничего не будет. Я хочу улучшить. В смысле? Улучшала. Хорошо. Хорошо. Смотрим на экран прокачки. Тут ничего. Ничего запостроено. Только еще пусть. Хорошо. Все нормально? На врача поговорили. Ну что, головная боль? Головная боль. всем пока, с вами была Китикет, еще увидимся.